1. Land of gold and river, the geography of Kush. To understand Kush, we must understand its land. Stretching from present-day southern Egypt into Sudan, the Kingdom of Kush lay along the life-giving waters of the Nile. It was a land of contrast, fertile valleys and unforgiving deserts, of resource-rich mountains and harsh terrain. But it was here, nestled between trade routes and the gold-rich hills of Nubia, that a civilization was born. 2. The rise of Kerma, the first kingdom. Long before Meroe and Napata, there was Kerma, Africa's first kingdom. Flourishing between 2500 BCE and 1500 BCE, Kerma was a powerful Nubian state. Its architecture rivaled Egypt's, its rulers lived in palaces, and its tombs were enormous. Archaeologists unearthed evidence of a thriving society, metallurgy, cattle breeding, and long-distance trade. Kerma was the root of Kushite greatness. 3. Kush and Egypt, neighbors, enemies, and conquerors. Throughout history, Kush and Egypt were locked in a complex relationship, part rivalry, part admiration. Egypt often invaded Kush to control its gold and resources. But history would flip. In 747 BCE, King Pi of Kush marched north. He conquered Egypt, not with destruction, but with a vision to restore the glory of the Nile. Thus began the 25th dynasty, when Black Pharaohs ruled from Thebes to the Mediterranean. 4. The reign of the Black Pharaohs, glory of the 25th dynasty. The birth of Meroe, a new African capital. After losing Egypt to the Assyrians, Kush retreated south and re-established its capital at Meroe. But they didn't fade. In fact, Meroe became the heart of a renewed African empire. Here, the Kushites forged a new identity, one more African than Egyptian. They pioneered iron smelting, built over 200 pyramids, and developed their own language, script, and religion. 6. Language and literacy, the Meroitic script. The Kushites did something few civilizations dared. They wrote their own language. The Meroitic script, developed around 300 BCE, remains one of Africa's great unsolved mysteries. It was a symbol of Kushite independence, separating them culturally and politically from Egypt. Today, researchers are still trying to decode its full meaning, a script that may hold keys to understanding Africa's ancient past. 7. Candaces and queens, women who ruled. While most ancient kingdoms were ruled by men, Kush was different. It was a land where women led armies, issued laws, and ruled with absolute power. These were the Candaces, queen mothers, and sovereigns in their own right. The most legendary was Marinus, who famously defeated a Roman invasion and blinded a Roman general. Her victory forced Augustus Caesar himself to negotiate peace. 8. Economy and global trade. Kush thrived on commerce. Its gold mines, ironwork, and trade networks connected it to the Mediterranean, Arabia, and sub-Saharan Africa. Goods from as far as India and Rome passed through its markets. Kush wasn't isolated, it was a commercial bridge between continents. 9. Religion, gods, and temples. Kushite spirituality was rich and complex. While they adopted Egyptian gods like Ammonius, they gave them distinctly Nubian characteristics. The lion god Apidmak symbolized strength and protection. Their temples, carved with African symbols, were centers of worship and community. The Kushite kings were not just rulers, they were divine. 10. The fall of Kush, a civilization in shadow. By the 4th century AD, Meroe had weakened. Internal decline, overgrazing, loss of trade, and the rise of new powers led to the collapse of this once great kingdom. But like all great civilizations, its end did not erase its achievements. 11. Rediscovery, archaeology, and revival. In the 19th and 20th centuries, explorers began to uncover Kush's ruins. Today, archaeologists and historians are still mapping the ancient cities, reading inscriptions, and uncovering the true story of Kush, a story that rewrites what we know about African history. Kush's legacy. The story of the Kingdom of Kush is a story of resilience, innovation, and power. It's a reminder that Africa was not just the cradle of humanity, but a cradle of empires. The Kushites left behind more than pyramids, they left behind a legacy of greatness, one that demands to be remembered. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the sands of time. If you enjoyed this documentary, like, subscribe, and share this untold story with the world.